Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Let's go. We're going to talk a little bit of Angel Reese and her last preseason game against the Minnesota Lynx. Now, be ready. Stay tuned because I'm going to do something surprising a little later in this video, okay? But as we can see here, in 25 minutes, she was only 2 of 8 from the field. She did hit 6 of 8 threes. She only grabbed 3 rebounds. She did have 5 assists against 0 turnovers, also picked up 5 fouls, so she did have 10 points. And she's getting a lot of heat. Now, what I found interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see how this works with the new coach, is Angel Reese was playing a lot away from the basket. She, of course, is not that type of player. She's not a three-point shooter. Can she get to the point where maybe she can make enough that you've got to cover her? Possibly. But it's interesting to see her play in this way and what that's going to mean for the Chicago Sky. I think they need a mix. I've always said, I said it all last year. If you're going to pound the ball in the paint for the Chicago Sky, it's got to be Cardoso, not Angel Reese. But she is a power forward, so playing 25 feet away from the basket might not be her biggest strength either. And it's going to be, how do you balance this so you get the best that you get from Angel Reese with the skills that she has and minimize the nonsense that can hurt you. Okay, because we still got that, and that's why this video is titled the way it is. Because we're going to talk about that with Angel Reese. We all know about her layup situation. We all know that she was the by far the worst finisher under the basket in the WNBA last season and took the most attempts by far, which is just not a great combination, right? You don't want the worst shooter under the basket in the league taking the most shots under the basket in the league, at least not if you are a fan of her team or you are a teammate of hers or you are the coach. It might get you fired. Teresa Weatherspoon, it might get you fired. I'm just saying. And you, as the coach doing that, might end up being part of the reason Kennedy Carter is not in this league, but that is a story for another day. So, as we all know, though, made a big deal. I think in a video I even mentioned the clip where Angel Reese had Lisa Leslie on her podcast, and Lisa was like, I'll fix that for you. I'm going to get it fixed. And it's possible. And then we saw clips where she was working with Lisa Leslie down at Unrivaled. And I think I did a video on that and even talked about, broke it down and said, okay, Lisa's showing her something and Angel's still kind of shooting like Angel. And again, to be fair to Angel a little bit, if you're talking about just missing and you're shooting correctly, it's a lot easier to fix that than to take someone who's already this age, an adult in a professional league, who has just fundamentally been shooting incorrectly apparently from the get-go, and just because what's going to happen, you get in a game and under pressure, she's going to revert to what her body knows and the habits that her body knows. And that is how you end up getting stuff like, all right, here we go. Let's see what we got from Angel. I mean, was just like a prayer. Like, she doesn't look comfortable shooting the basketball from a foot away. It is absolutely bizarre. Let me see. We got her bringing the ball up. Hey, that one was close at least, but no cigar there. Terrible, terrible defense out on the perimeter. Nice pass by Haley Van Lith. A terrible layup. By the way, I probably wouldn't have taken that dribble. I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, having her drive from outside the three-point line, as you can see, is just not a good idea. I'm not saying she can't facilitate if you want to spread the court. I get that with bigs. That's part of the game nowadays. But you got to give something more than what we're seeing here. It's not quality basketball. This is why you get 2 for 8. She shouldn't be out on the perimeter guarding someone like that who's clearly quicker than she is. Now we're going to finish off with, there you go, finish off with a bucket. But yeah, 2 of 8. Again, they're missed layups, and they're not missed layups like you would see a Kelsey Mitchell miss a layup or a Caitlin Clark miss a layup or a Nafisa Collier, where the form and everything about it looks good. It's just that we are human, and no matter how good we are at something, sometimes it doesn't work out, right? Um, and that's just not what you see with Angel. Nothing looks comfortable, nothing looks correct in terms of her form and so on. So that's gonna. But again, I would say I want to be fair. So we've also got some of this as well. You can see, when she's out, I mean, that's a great pass. That's a great pass. There is no doubt about that right there. That is a great pass by Angel Reese. And so you're getting a little more of that. There is, and well, sorry, I should have let that go in, but that's a nice kick out. As we know, one of the problems she had was when she would get that ball in and get a rebound, she would never, ever look to the outside to get someone else a shot. So what we may get here, and again, they're going to have to figure out how to balance, minimize the things she doesn't do well and maximize the things that she does. But if you're keeping her out and you get some things like the that assist and so forth, obviously 3 rebounds, you're minimizing her rebounding ability, at least offensively. So you are going to get fewer rebounds, but it may be a net positive for the team, in terms of what Angel Reese brings. So this coach may be turning her into a completely different player, which could be a positive for the Chicago Sky. So again, hey, look, 2 of 8, not good, especially when those shots are all under the basket. Absolutely looks horrible, horrible. But if the coach can figure out a way to minimize that, have her, she can't be shooting that many. Like one thing I think you saw that has to be taken away is he's got to make that outside shot enough of a threat, because her driving to the basket to try and get her own shot from outside, that's not going to work very well. But I do like the fact that Cardoso is the primary target underneath for the Chicago Sky. So I get that. That's good. So, hey, I'm being fair to Angel Reese. She's got a lot of problems. So if you turn her into a different type of player, and maybe she becomes, a 8 point a game player with 8 or 9 rebounds and 4 or 5 assists, that may be like, if you just glance at that stat sheet, that doesn't look as impressive as the one she had last year. But it may be that she's a better player, is more effective for her team, and they're winning more games. So anyway, I just want to leave it there. And that's the surprise. See, the complimentary stuff. I did show you that. I know there's people out there just showing the other video of the missed shots, but she did do some things well. So I'm going to leave it there. As always, thank you so much for checking out this video. Really do appreciate it. Go have the day you deserve. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you later.